Looking for some ideas on what to do with these? Keep watching. I've got a fun scarf, movement, and steady beat activity for you in this video. We want to do scarf activities because they're fun with the movement and the color, but we also need to do music concepts and help our students learn the steady beat. This activity can be done at school or at home, and it's for young children to learn, ages 4 to 8 years old. So it's a good scarf activity for that age group. Scarf movement is really important. It helps students learn about their bodies, their space. That kind of movement helps them in their real life, across the body, up and down, jumping, skipping, hopping with a scarf can help them with climbing stairs, climbing into the car, getting in and out of a bathtub, climbing into bed, all those real life things. It also helps them with their fine motor skills because they're holding onto the end of the scarf, and there are different scarf activities where we can do this and lots of things that are helping those little fingers move, grasp, and do the things they need to do to help our children grow and develop in a timely manner. One fun way to use scarves is to use nursery rhyme songs. And I have a fun nursery rhyme song, Zoom, 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 We're Going to the Moon. It's on the Sing, Play, Create Kids Music channel. There's actually two versions. There's a long version with an adventure, but there's also just the sing-along version. And you can find Sing, Play, Create Music, that's me, on Spotify and iTunes and Amazon Music too. So I will be doing scarf movement to the song Zoom, 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 and I'm also going to be helping you learn how you can implement a lesson on the steady beat and also on form and using patterns. We'll do all of that through our scarf movement. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to let the children listen to the music and move with their scarf. We're going to put on our spacesuits, our boots, and our pads and our jackets and our helmets, and then we're going to get our scarves and we're going to zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. I'm going to let them just go for it, and we might do a little slow movement with the moonwalk and just have fun with that nursery rhyme, whatever version that you use. The next thing I want to do is I want to get us into the steady beat mode. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to play the music and we're going to pat the beat to the music. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. And we're just going to do it through the whole song. You can do it more than one time. Remember, this kind of activity, it's important to be really responding to the pace of your students, especially with young children. So see how far they can go with it. And we don't want to push them. We want them to have the experience more than have to get this done today type attitude with younger children when we're doing this kind of activity. So we're going to pat the beat through the whole song. And then you can decide if you want to teach them the words, then you want to stop. And I do echo teaching, so I would say zoom, 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 and have them echo. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. They would echo back clapping. You can do that and do the whole song because it's pretty short, so that would work. Or you can just skip learning the words and do the activity without the lyrics. That's fine because they'll probably catch on to them as you go through the activity. Now the form of this song is AABA, and then I included a countdown with this activity. Now all of the posters and things that you need to teach the activity are going to be, like I said, you can get it by watching the video, using the music, or listening on Spotify something, and then you can get the presentation and the materials as a subscriber to the Sing, Play, Create free resource library, and those links are below. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through each action, and I'm going to wait till later to put the patterns together. So first I am going to be focusing on the beat and one action at a time. So in the A section, like I said, there's this crossbody and then a circle. So what I would do, especially if there are younger children, is first I'd go through the whole song just doing the first action. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon, and so on through the whole song. Then I would teach them the circle. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Maybe switch direction, zoom, zoom, zoom. We'll get there and do the second action. Then I would do the third action that's in the B section. If you want to take a trip, and we just count them out as 8 times. And then of course the A section repeats. So in the posters you can see, as I'm talking, I'm showing those, you'll get how many beats each section is and how many times to do each action. So what you can do is go through each action on the beat. At that point, that might be enough for the children of an activity. You've had them move, free movement, you've had them play the beat, and if you've taught the words, that's quite a bit. That's probably 10 minutes of activity, and you could finish off the lesson by just playing the music and say, okay, choose whatever moves you want and move to the song with your scarf, and then they might choose some of the ones that you showed them. You'll see some of them trying to do some of these while they're just free moving, and then you could close the activity right there. Then the next time you could pick up where you left off with whichever moves. Maybe you feel like they need to review the circle. Maybe they're doing this instead of going all the way around. So you might want to go slow without the music. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Where, go really slow. Practice, so you pay attention and watch the pace that the children are showing you, where their abilities are, and then you adjust your lesson and the flow to the pace of the children, how they're responding to you and the activity. So now we're going to start putting the sections together, and they've heard the song probably, like 10 times or even more, and so they're probably singing along now and they're getting into it. And now it's time to say, okay, when we hear this part, we're going to do 4 beats of zigzag and then 4 beats of the circle. Then practice that alone. So in the A section, the very first action is a zigzag across. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And then the second action is a circle going to the moon. So it's 4 across, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then circle 2, 3, 4. And I would do just that with the music, and I'd let the music play. Don't worry that it plays into the other sections of the song. We just want to focus on playing on the beat and getting the movement in so they're really comfortable. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we'll get there very soon. And then just keep going with it. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard this rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Now, then take each section, the A section and the B section, and we're just going to do it for the whole song before we put them together. Be sure to include the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown in it, and that's just going to be a wiggle. 10, 9, 8, 7. Just let them go crazy with that. That's really fun for them to do, and then they can toss their scarf, and you can let them just throw it up in the air if you want, or you can ask them to toss it and then drop it on the floor. That works too. It's important for you to have a plan. If you don't want them throwing them, then make sure you give them something that you want them to do. So now the students have had lots of experience moving with the music and moving on the beat, which is what we were going for with this scarf activity. They've also been singing, and they have all this great movement going on that's helping them with lots of other things like language development and their gross motor muscles and fine motor muscles. So everything's going great with this activity, and now they're ready to put the pattern together and learn form. And so I would not use the music the first time. I would do it really slowly. You can chant. If you're not much of a singer, if you're doing this and you're not like a real music person and you're not, sure of your singing ability, just say the words like you're reading a story. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. And you could do that, and just even have the kids say it with you. Just say the words. That'll work. So then you can do the whole pattern nice and slowly, and then see how they're doing, and then you can put it to the music.
Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we'll get there very soon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard the rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon.
Some ideas on why an activity like this is good to have in your repertoire of music activities is because, one, it's done to a familiar song that the children might know already. That's going to help you in several ways. It's going to help you that they might already know how to sing it, but it'll also help you so you don't have to do all the singing. Let's have the children do as much of the singing as possible, or the music player, so you're not burning your voice out all day long singing these songs. Also, this makes a great substitute lesson because you can pull up the lyrics and the card actions, and if you've already taught the students how to do it, then you can have the substitute just say, "Students, show me what you know with this song." It's also a good warm-up for a steady beat activity if you just want to use something they've already learned to warm up before you introduce something new. So you could do zoom, 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 scarf, steady beat activity, and play the song with the scarf a couple times through. And then you could say, well, now we're going to play our drums on the beat, and we're going to play it to the same music, or have a new song I want to share with you. Who thinks they can play the beat to this song? And then you could have them do, let them figure it out themselves. You could use this same song and have a different instrument for each section that plays the beat. So you could have A instruments and B instruments, and then they could put their ensemble together. So there's lots of ways to take the skills that the kids are learning with a lesson activity like this and have them weave them into other lessons, or have them be a foundation for other activities that you're going to do throughout the school year. You can tell that I love scarf activities. I hope that this one is a good one for you. And don't forget to check the links in the description. And I appreciate you. I know what a hard job this is. It's so physical and it's emotional. It's everything kind of job being a music teacher. But it's so rewarding. I don't regret any of it. I'm here to help you, and I would love to have your feedback. So I hope that you will take a minute to, like I said, drop a comment in the comments section. Let's keep kids moving and learning with music.